Hey guys, Wibbly here. Today I want to talk about the next hero coming to Overwatch. We started thinking it was Doomfist to start with because there was a bit of evidence to suggest that it might be Doomfist with all the broken container on Numbani and the PTR music. But recently, a couple of days ago, we got a post from Jeff on the Overwatch forums which basically said 24 is not who you think it is, and that basically means 24 is not Doomfist, right? Well, probably. It was quite vague, which means that maybe 24 is still Doomfist, and it's just that it's not the Doomfist that we thought it was, if you see what I mean. Because the sort of premise for Doomfist is quite mysterious in the sense that it's who has the gauntlet, as far as we know, that is Doomfist. So it could be anybody. So maybe it's more of just, oh, he's not who we think he is, as in he's more of a villain or less of a villain than we thought he was, if you see what I mean. Or maybe it's just that he's not Terry Crews. I don't know. But maybe 25 is Doomfist. So that got me thinking. We kind of know at some point Doomfist is probably going to appear in the game, whether he's the next one or not. So if he isn't the next one, then who is the next hero? A lot of people have been saying it's a guy called Greek because there was supposedly a leak on, I believe it was the IMBD website, where a Greek actor was credited by playing a guy called Greek in the game Overwatch. This has since been taken down, and it is a page that anyone can edit, though it seems a little bit random that somebody would have just gone for that. A large piece of evidence that people seem to be citing for this is that there isn't a character associated with Ilios. Now, there isn't a character associated with Numbani. It seems like a lot of people think Lucio is the character associated with Numbani, but according to Lucio's bio on the Overwatch website, Lucio is Brazilian. So I mean, that's pretty far from Africa where Numbani is. So there isn't anyone associated with Numbani. Now, if you go onto the Numbani map, there is actually a picture in a few places actually of a woman and a suit of armor, which looks kind of akin to Pharah's armor. It looks like something very similar anyway, and it's got like little triangle patterns, which shows that it's definitely associated with Numbani, because you can see those patterns all over the map. Now, before the game's release, when not all the existing heroes were actually in the alpha for the game, there was a poster in Hanamura in the arcade of D.Va. That was before she was actually announced. So we know that Blizzard do tease heroes through this method, and have done previously. So could this be the new hero? Does look about right. It looks like she could be a hero, or he could be a hero. I don't know whether it is definitely the woman is definitely the person inside the suit, or whether it's an Omnic. We have literally no idea. But I definitely think at some point we probably will see this as a hero. And we know that something's going down on Numbani at some point, whether that's going to be this sort of patch or later on. I don't know how far ahead Blizzard actually add in their assets. But we know there is going to be a cinematic of some sort on Numbani. The next thing I want to address is the PTR music. I feel like this hasn't been talked about, well, it has been talked about a lot, but I feel like it hasn't been talked about necessarily in the right way. People have said, like, oh, new music on the PTR, sounds a bit menacing, it's probably Doomfist. That basically seems to be the connection that people are making. Now, there's no connection with that music to Doomfist as far as I'm aware. I've had a quick look and I can't see any sort of evidence to suggest that it's Doomfist's theme. It was played in the original Overwatch cinematic, basically while the narrator was describing the Omnic Crisis and how Overwatch came about. So it's more likely just an Omnic Crisis music, if anything. We know that things are heating up in the Overwatch universe in reference to a second Omnic Crisis, so I think it's much more likely that it's actually an Omnic Crisis music and it's teasing an Omnic Crisis event more than an actual hero. We've not had a hero in the past with a specific theme as such anyway. We've not had a hero teased in that way before anyway, so I don't know why people would come to that conclusion immediately. I think we'll get to see the new hero around the start of the next season, possibly the week after, sometime around the beginning of it anyway, unless something drops today, which is Tuesday, it's the day before season 3 ends. I don't think we'll see it probably before the start of the new season. The reason I say this is because normally, I mean, they're always going to put the new hero on the PTR before it goes live, right? So you need to account for like a week of hype and testing before it goes live. And if they were to try and get it released for the new season, season 4, they'd need to drop it today. Basically, it would need to drop onto PTR today. The cinematic and everything would have to come out today. So I mean, fingers crossed for that. That would be great. But I don't think it's going to happen. So looking forward to the next couple of weeks. I think it will be soon, but I don't think it's going to be today. So yeah, looking forward to that, guys. Tell me in the comments what you think it's going to be. Do you think it's going to be this woman? I'm not 100% sold, but I think it could very well be, because I definitely think something's going down on Barney. But yeah, drop us a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you think it is going to be this woman? What's her abilities going to be? Or is it going to be Doomfist? I don't know. Or is it going to be Greek? Drop us a comment. Let us know. Cheers, guys. See you later.